Hi everyone, I'm here with Tupac Martyr. Did I say that right?
Hello, that is correct.
Tupac, you're one of the most creative people in our immersive industry. Where are you right now, by the way?
I'm actually in Lisbon at the moment.
Oh, very close, very close.
Very close. It's only a small flight away to get to Funchal.
Yes. So our summit will be in the beautiful island of Madeira, which is Portuguese, and it's close to the African continent. So yeah, it's like an hour and a half, I think, flight from Madeira. But you can get there from many European cities directly, and apparently there's a direct flight from New York or New
Correct.
Jersey and other places. So it's pretty easy to get to. Tupac, tell us, many of us know you, but for those people who will be attending the summit who don't know you, tell us who you are and what's your current role.
So who am I? So yes, my name is Tupac Martyr. I am the founder and artist of Satori Studio. Most of my work has come from live entertainment. I have a bachelor in fine arts. I have a master's in theater design, and I have done a lot of things within the entertainment side of the world, between fashion, music, concert touring, installation work, things like that. Many people ask me how in the world I got into this, and I always tell them because I started coding at the age of 6. And so, for me, I always claim that technology is a character. And so I treat technology as a character. And with that in mind, I run the immersive lab here within the studio. So anything that goes within any of the R's, if whether virtual, augmented, mixed, or real realities, they kind of go through the stuff that we're doing here in the studio.
Great. There's another company member of ours from the UK called Charisma.ai. Have you heard of them? Yes, so they're coming as well. I see a connection. If you're not using AI or avatars, they have some cool technology.
Oh,
or maybe
cool.
You have similar technology. You use other people's technologies, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much a wide open sandbox in terms of trying to use and work with people and see what everybody else is trying to achieve, and also some of the things that we're trying to do. I think that in many occasions you learn that many of us are actually working in the same type of realm, and it's nice to kind of come around and figure out where exactly is it that we can convey in terms of what we're trying to do. I always tell people it's very lonely when you're just developing on your own and you have no idea, you're kind of looking for the start, trying to go, I think we should go that way. And yeah, so it's always nice to talk to people that are developing other elements.
Yes, talking about people and being lonely, everybody's excited to go back to in-person events, and Madeira is just wonderful. It's a beautiful island, and tell us what excites you about Madeira and our summit in Madeira.
So I've never been to Funchal, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go to Madeira. Obviously, I would say the weather, but I live in Lisbon, so the weather is actually quite nice also. But no, I'm actually I mean, being IRL, being actually with people and being able to have conversations, because I think that's one of the things that I've missed the most. Of having to do conferences mainly online, is the chat that you have on the sites or at dinner, or during a drink or at breakfast. I was just at a summit in Los Angeles, and although the talks were really interesting, it was actually all the conversations we were having in the outside that allows you to meet people that sometimes you don't have the chance to meet, or have conversations or stumble on conversations. Right now, there's one product that we're looking at that it was literally a guy having lunch right next to me. And I said, so what do you do? And he explained. I was like, I've been looking for that solution. And then, he's now looking at providing us some of that stuff so that we can actually test
Just
it.
like that.
Just like that. And so, in that sense, that's the part that really, really excites me. In terms of what we are going to be presenting. So, my talk is going to be more on a lot of the things that we've been doing in the past 2 years, actually. Or, I started working on this whole concept of multi-reality back in 2017, which now people call the metaverse. So
just a new name. We've been working on this for years.
Yeah, it's like we've been there for years, and so a lot of the stuff that I'm going to show is actually this way of using engines and cross engines, because a lot of the things that we do are actually multi-engine, and so they're multi-reality. And so how this idea of one single element how can actually create a different type of feel and how people react to it, and trying to break the model of a lot of the ways that VR and AR are shown at the moment. And just kind of those type of elements that I think people will find really interesting. We always talk about Cosmos and how on our first show for Cosmos we had 4 people in the audience. On our last show we had 350 people in the audience. So that changes completely the touring model that a VR piece can actually have in an LBE situation. So things like that is going to be the kind of the elements that I'll be talking about.
Yeah, LB, location-based entertainment, will be a big part of our event. So you mentioned a little bit of this already, but specifically, can you share, who are you looking to connect with in Madeira?
So I'm looking mainly for developers. I love meeting people that are creating new things, artists to see who's doing what. But also enthusiasts, that are trying to understand what is the best way of using some of the things that we're using in doing, and how we can actually change it. Right now, I'm the resident artist here in Lisbon of the Champalimau Foundation, and it's unbelievable to see how much of my interest is shared with neuroscientists. And so, you would have never put them one by one, but the work that we're doing within our science teams and with the cancer research teams is quite interesting in terms of how do we take entertainment technology and apply it to what they're trying to do, and some of the things that they're trying to do, and how we can use it and apply it to entertainment.
Wonderful. Well, there's going to be many special networking social events where people can meet you. Approach Tupac, people. Don't be afraid of Tupac.
It's only the beard. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And looking forward to your presentation at our summit. Thank you so much, Tupac.
I look forward to seeing you in Madeira.
Ciao for now.